Call her lawyer. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakakodash. All right. All praises, glory, and honor is due. All right. Double honors to my apostles and my elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to all you Akim out there preaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth with you the sincerity in your hearts and for the love of the gospel. I'm the brother Shamar Yah, coming at you with another lesson. All right. Preaching the downfall of this kingdom. All right. And the ushering in of Yahweh Shai's kingdom, which you world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right. Now, before the Lord comes back, that's gonna the tension is rising. You can see that in the news and in the media. This Black Lives Matter movement. All right, this Black Lives Matter movement is just a way to get Jake riled up. All right, and it's working, and it's all according to Esau Edom's agenda. You know, but what he don't know is that he's going to be in slavery in the kingdom of heaven after Yahushua comes back. All right, thus saith the scriptures, the Lord is going to ravage those that ravished it. I didn't say it, or I didn't say it out of my own mouth. This comes directly from the Bible. It's the book of Ezekiel 35 verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thine face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. All right. Now Mount Seir is what the dwelling place of Edom. Okay. And when you read about Edom, the characteristics of Edom is is it pinpoints the identity, the true identity of what you people call the white man. All right, Esau Edom is his true name according to the Bible. Okay, and this is the judgment that the Lord has spoken against him. When you read the book of Genesis, when Esau Edom was born, he came out red all over. All right, and that is the same. That's the same identity that he has today. He's red all over. All right, he's not a white man. He's a red man. Okay, because he has no melanin. All right. His blood showed forth through his skin. All right. And his blessing that he got from um, his father Isaac was the blessing of the sword. All right. And what does the so-called white man do? He ravages with the sword. What did he do to the Negroes on during the transatlantic slave ship? All right. What did he do to the Native Americans when he came over here? Cristobal Colon came over here and conquered this land from the Native Americans. All right, and the Seminole Indians. Okay, what did he do? What is he still doing to Jake today? What is he still doing? He's ravishing our people, man. The people in the inhabitants of America is sick of it, man. Not even America, but the entire world. His wickedness is being revealed. But this is what the scriptures have to say about Esau. This is verse 3. And saying to it, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and will stretch out my hand against thee, and will make thee most desolate. All right, so the Lord is going to make you most desolate. Okay, verse 4, I will lay the cities waste, thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. So they continue to slay our people. All right, we are no longer in slavery. Well, we're in captivity. We're in captivity because we pay tribute, we pay taxes, but we're no longer in harsh bondage where you can just go around up a nigga and lynch him and there's no justice. You know. So at the time of our iniquity had an end, they kept on killing us and dead, man, killing us dead for no good cause, no cause at all. All right. Verse 6, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. So the Lord is going to prepare blood for you. That blood is a representation of death. He's going to prepare death for you. Why? Because you cannot get enough of blood. You can never get enough. It says, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So blood is going to pursue you. When is this going to happen? This is going to happen after the Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai comes in and usher in his kingdom, bringing his kingdom on earth. After that happens, all the nations, all the nations that are not Israelites are going to be under the captivity of Israel. Okay, all the heathens, but Esau, he has a special judgment for you. All right, he has a special judgment for you. Okay. Keep going. Actually, that was the point that I wanted to get. This is the book of Jeremiah 30. I believe it's the 16th verse. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, all of our adversaries, man. When it says all of your adversaries, it's talking about the adversaries of the Israelites. All the nations that are not an Israelite is an enemy to an Israelite. All right. When you watch that movie, The Planet of the Apes, and the second one, all right, the second Planet of the Apes, the one that came out in 1970, I think it's Beneath the Planet of the Apes. It said the gorilla general was speaking, and he said the only good human is a dead human. All right, and that's how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven, because you devoured the entire earth by force of the sword, and it's only right that it happens unto you. It says, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So the Lord is gonna give you for a prey because you preyed upon us. You preyed upon us ever since we came over here. You preyed upon us. For 400 years you preyed upon us. You know? You preyed upon the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, the so-called Native Americans, all right, and the so-called Latinos. We are your stumping ground. All right, you are the Lord's whipping instrument, but the tables are going to turn. The tables are going to turn. It's the book of Revelations. 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led into captivity? Who was the people that led into captivity? Every single nation has led and always had a hand in the captivity of Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. Every single heathen nation. So every single heathen nation is going to go into captivity. All right. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed by the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Okay. So the patience and the patience means suffering. So we gotta suffer you devils. We gotta suffer you red devils. We gotta suffer you until the word suffering goes in, the word patience goes into suffering. So we got to suffer you devils, and we have to have faith that the Lord is going to commit this scripture in the kingdom of heaven. All right, this is the book of from there. I'm gonna wrap it up with this one. I think I hit the nail on the head with this one. Second Esdras, book of Second Esdras, the sixth chapter. What verse is that? I think it's 22. Uh, 8. Second Esdras 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All right, so that was symbolic of Jacob bringing down the kingdom of Esau, because when Esau came out first, red all over. All right, Jacob came out holding Esau's heel. That's symbolic of Jacob pulling down the kingdom of Esau. All right, and that's what Jacob is going to do through the strength and the power of the Lord. All right, verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So this is how we know that the Lord is close, man, because Esau is the end of the world. This is the last kingdom, and Jacob is the beginning of the kingdom of the Lord. All right, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. I had one more. Let me get Isaiah. And this is what's going to happen after Jacob inherits the throne. Isaiah 14 and 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined unto them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. Now those strangers are all the Israelites that think they're heathens. So you have Israelites out there. You have Israelites that think they are the of the heathen nation. So you have an Israelite that looks like a so-called white man. You have Israelites that look like so-called Chinese people. You have Israelites that look like so-called Japanese people. You have Israelites that look like so-called Indian people. All right, East Indian people. Okay. You have Israelites that look like all the nations, every nation on the face of the earth, because it's what the curses. The Lord is going to scatter all of Israel upon the four corners of the earth. You have Israelites that look like the heathens, Africans. Okay. So the strangers are going to be joined into the house of Jacob. All right. All the ones that look like other nations and adopt the practices and the cultures of other nations are going to be joined into the nation of Israel. Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them into their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and for handmaids. They shall take them captives, whose captives they were. We were your captives. Because in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be a past tense thing. We were your captives, but we're going to take captives of the people that had took us captive. So the tables are going to turn. It says, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day the Lord will give thee rest from thy sorrow, from thine fear, from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. Because we do go through hard bondage. The Lord is going to give us rest from that because the tables are going to turn. All right. It's the book of Deuteronomy 30:7. It says, Deuteronomy 30:7, and the Lord thine God will put all these curses. When you read the book of Deuteronomy 28, it lists curses that he's going to put on Israel if they did not do what the Lord told them to do. And if you know history, the Israelites never did what the Lord told them to do. All right, they always continually went off from the Lord. So these curses are upon us today. But the Lord said, I'm going to return all of these curses that I put up on you when you come back into your rest. Every single curse is going to be upon the heathens. All right, upon all thine enemies, on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And that's a prophecy that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to fulfill. And all we have to do is be patient and wait and keep holding this word dear. All right. Till next time. Hopefully I hit the nail on the head. All right. Until next time. Shalom.